And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, Baseball Edition. I'm Terry, Tim beside me, Ryan down below, and we are ready to break down some Wednesday baseball. Obviously, quite a few games have already started and went. 2-1 start to the day for me, so not too bad. I'll take it, but still some plays that I definitely like coming up here. We'll start the show how we usually do, and that's take a look at the current standings. We don't have any new. Everything was baseball yesterday, so best bets, like that's the main thing is best bets. We're all killing it. Tim, you moved up a little bit yesterday. You're right on getting close to the green. I know you'll get there, and we'll all be in the green. Great job with best bets all around. Make sure to check out the football show later today. Week 1 was a huge success all across the board. You couldn't have asked for a better week 1 from all of us. We all killed it, which is awesome. So make sure to tune in to the NFL show later. College football, nothing has changed. And CFL, WNBA, others, nothing has changed either. So everything looking good there. But we'll jump into the baseball games here. There are 3 that we're going to go over today. And then, of course, we'll have last pitch, as always. And the first game is coming up here in about 45 minutes. We have the Atlanta Braves and the San Francisco Giants here. You can find Atlanta minus 130 to minus 133. So books are really aligned in this one with the price there. You can find San Francisco plus 110 to plus 115. Again, very aligned. Mostly 7.5s, a couple 7s there in this one. For me, right away, Rodon, 11 strikeouts in his last game, 10 strikeouts in the game before that. He's facing the Atlanta Braves, who have been better recently when it comes to striking out. They're not striking out as much as they did. They were in dead last. Now I think they're in second or third last. So slight movement up there. But this is a pitcher that is just made for striking out. He strikes out guys like crazy. The one game against San Diego, a bad game. He only had 2 strikeouts in that game. But when he's on his game, he can get double-digit strikeouts. So for me, over 7.5 strikeouts, which I think I got for plus 110 earlier on. That's what I like in this one. No real opinion on the side. I think the Giants have the pitching advantage, but I still do think the Braves are the better team. So no real opinion on the side here, but I like Rodon strikeouts. Tim, Braves and Giants. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, Rodon's has been dominant minus that. In his last 8 starts, he had that one bad start against San Diego. The other 7, either 0, 1, or 2 earned runs. And in a getaway day game against Atlanta, which Atlanta is they're on their 8th game of a 8-game out west road trip, which is never easy for East Coast teams. They did all right during the road trip. They're trying to go for a split. They won 2 there. They're actually trying to go above 500 for the road trip. But I like San Fran. I like Rodon. He's been dominant. Getaway day. Atlanta comes home to face Philly on Friday, so they finally get to come home. I feel like this is a flat spot here. I'm not high on Charlie Morton, although he has been a lot better than he was in the beginning of the year. But I think the Giants at plus money here with probably a pitcher that should have been traded over the trade deadline, and Carlos Rendon. I'm going to grab the San Francisco Giants here.
All right. Ryan, what do you think, Braves and Giants?
Yeah, this play is my best bet. So a number of things. The pitching matchup supports an under. There's 2 good pitchers, especially Rodon. Charlie Morton hasn't been great, but he's been, consistent at least. Surprisingly, the Braves batting is going down. They're number 21 in the league over the last 2 weeks. So I think the batting supports this being under. Oracle Park plays to the under, maybe a little bit more hitter friendly during the daytime. So I think the hitting in the park support the under, and also the trends. The Giants have been involved in something like 8 straight unders. So this is a no-brainer. This is an under all the way for me. It's my best bet.
Yes. Under in 7 straight.
7 straight. Thank you.
Yep.
Wow. I'm surprised I haven't. Well, I had internet issues in 2 of those days and stuff, but I'm a huge trends better. So like that's a trend you want to, if you've been on it, you definitely want to stay on it. And we'll definitely talk about another trend here coming up in this next game. We have Tampa Bay Rays in Toronto against the Blue Jays. You can find Tampa Bay minus 105 to minus 110. Toronto minus 106 to minus 114. 7.5s right across the board. I see 1-7, but mostly 7.5s in this game. My plan for this one, I expect Tampa Bay to be leading after 5 innings. I could see this being a close game. What I'm hoping for is that after 5 innings, Tampa Bay is up by 1 run, and then I will live bet the Blue Jays at plus money after 5 or 6 innings. I'll be definitely looking at this game as a live spot for the Jays. They haven't really been doing too well when it comes to first 5, but seem to have these comebacks later on, especially with Rasmussen on the mound for the Rays. I do like Stripling, but there is a pitching advantage with the Rays. So what I'm hoping for is that they're up. I know that's shocking for me to say. I'm hoping that Tampa is leading after 5 innings so that I can get a good price on Toronto live. But my favorite play, no big surprise here, Bo Bichette over 1.5 bases plus 120. Come on now. I know football's around and books are paying attention to that. I know it's Rasmussen, but Bichette has been, I don't have his exact numbers up here. He's hitting over 500 in September. This guy's just smashing the ball, anyone who he's facing. So to ask him to get a double or 2 singles for plus 120, I think that's a crazy price. So I absolutely love that. It is my best bet. No surprise. Backing Bo Bichette. He's hot. Ryan, we'll go to you next. What do you think? Rays and Blue Jays.
Yeah, I took a long look at this game and I ended up passing. I leaned to the under. I think maybe the first 5 under could be a good look. It could be a 2-0 game after 5 innings. But to me, it was a pass. It's a good pitching matchup. And so I just leaned to the under. That's it for me.
All right. Tim, what do you think? Blue Jays and Rays.
Oh, by the way, I got your stats for Bo Bichette. Since the beginning of September, a 5.11 batting average, number 1 in baseball. 14 extra base hits, number 1 in baseball. 7 home runs, tied with Mike Trout for number 1 in baseball. 21 RBIs, first in baseball. 15 runs, first in baseball. OPS at 1.677, number 1 in baseball. He's been the hottest player since the beginning of September, and it's not particularly close. That being said, there's a pitcher in this game that I'm going to have a Cy Young ticket on next year. If only he had more innings. Drew Rasmussen's only got 122 and 2/3 innings. He's pitching to a 2.57 ERA. And his last 10 start, 9, because one of them he was supposed to start, he got scratched, so it shows a bunch of zeros. Last 9 starts, he's allowed 0, 1, or 2 runs. That's it. He's been absolutely dominant. And the Tampa Bay Rays have won 8 out of the last 9 games that he's pitched. The only game being a 3-1 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays. But this is a spot. I think Drew Rasmussen has another dominant start. I'm going to be on Tampa Bay. I think they win this one. I think it's a low-scoring game, so I would lean towards the under as well. But I'm on Tampa Bay for this game.
All right. I can't blame you, Rasmussen. Brian, what do you think? Rays and Blue Jays.
You already talked
Well,
about
I already made my play.
You had it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot. I went to you first because I'm trying to switch it up, and then I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
Good job, Terry. Good job.
I'm trying to switch things up and go to people differently, but then I forget the routine, and I'll have to figure it out. But BetStamp, use code WILD. find me there at Let's Go Wild Picks. Make sure to do your line shopping. Find the best odds for whatever you are betting, and bet stuff early. Or if you want to bet stuff early because lines do move.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at especially NFL. Lines move like crazy. So shout out our NFL show, 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to tune into that. Use code WILD at BetStamp. And if you've already signed up at BetStamp and you haven't used a person's code, you can go up to the referral code and put code WILD in and help support the show. It would be much appreciated.
I will say BetStamp is the best place to shop lines. Like, I have them everywhere, and it'll show me where all the best lines are. Most of the times it's offshore books or books I've never heard of, but they do have all the lines where you can find the best stuff. So I definitely BetStamp is good. Yes.
Awesome. Already took Tampa first 5 money line. Can't blame me, Richie. I don't fade my team, so I'm not going to take it, but I do think they're leading after 5. Did I miss Tim in timeout? No, Tim's not in timeout. But I don't even know how to do that, so I'll have to figure that out in case I do.
That's fine. You don't have to worry about it. Just make me a mod. You're fine. I'll do it. I'll do it to myself.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
moving on our channel.
Yes, for sure. Moving on to the final game, Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins. You can find the Royals plus 165 to plus 175. Minnesota minus 200 to minus 210. 7.5 right across the board in this one. I don't think Minnesota should be minus 200 right now. I get it. It's a Kansas City Royals. But if I was making a bet on the side, yes, I would be backing Greinke on the road, which is kind of crazy. But if you look at what Greinke has done lately, he's pitched very well, especially even on the road against the Twins and against Tampa Bay as well. So he has done well in his last couple road games and in general. Sonny Gray on the other side has also been pitching pretty well lately. So for me, first 5 under 4, I got minus 103. I think we have a lower scoring start to the game. Not sure how it finishes, but I'm going to take an under with Greinke on the road. I know, kind of crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Tim, Royals, Twins, what do you think of this one?
I'm actually on the exact opposite side. I'm on the over, but I feel like yes, I'm fading Greinke on the road. He still is supporting a 6.11 road ERA, so he's still not good on the road. And kind of when I look at it, Royals almost got no hit last night. Like they almost got no hit. So the way I look at it, they're going to come out, and I feel like they're going to put up some offense. So when it comes to it, I feel like Kansas City can put up a little bit. Sonny Gray's been good, yes, but he seems to be on he doesn't go deep into games. Like he'll go 4 or 5 innings, and then you're getting a bunch of bullpen, which Minnesota's bullpen is not ideal if you're going for with a 7.5. I like the over. I think this one goes over late in the game, so I don't mind your first 5 under. I think this one goes over in the 8th inning. So this one will be a sweat, especially at a 7.5. But I like the over in the Kansas City and Minnesota game.
All right. Hopefully we can both cash, which we definitely both can. So good luck to both of us. Ryan, Royals and Twins, any thoughts here?
I'm not on either side or the total on this one. There's a lot of these teams like the Twins and the Brewers that they're in contention, and you want to wonder if they are really how serious they are and how they're going to perform. And I think the Twins probably win this game, although I don't feel comfortable in the numbers that are there for the Twins. I agree with the sentiment about the total. Like, can you trust the Royals? They almost got no hit last night, as you mentioned, and I don't think they can contribute to a total here. So to me, this was a pass.
All right. We'll go on to last pitch, but before that, follow everyone in the description below. Make sure to give Ryan a follow, Tim and Nick at ESB, And of course, Dave, picks from Dave. Make sure to follow everybody in the description below. Going on to last pitch. Not a lot left for me on the slate. Padres Mariners, Clevenger against Castillo. Clevenger has been getting hit lately. Of course, the last 2 games have been against the Dodgers, a team that he does not pitch very well against. But he hasn't been looking too sharp. Castillo on the other side has looked better. So if I had to make a bet on this, I'd probably be going with the Mariners, but I'm not getting involved. Phillies and Marlins. I don't know how to tackle this game. Part of me wants to bet the over, but do I really want to bet an over with Miami? Gibson doesn't do too well against Miami, especially this year. But the Phillies play well against Miami, so it's all over the place with this one. I can't really get to it. Orioles Nationals, Wells against Corbin. Corbin was the usual Corbin in his last start that we're used to. But the few starts before that, he was very good. So what kind of Corbin will we see tonight? I'm not willing to guess, so I'm passing on that one. Cubs and Mets, obviously pass. Yankees, Red Sox, no bet for me. I can't back Brian Bello and the Red Sox, but obviously I'm hoping from a fan perspective that they win, but can't get involved in that one. Brewers, Cardinals, Wainwright against Burns. Brewers are 1-4-5 and are looking better. If I had to get to anything, it would be a look to the Brewers, but I don't really want to get involved in this one. It's Burns on one side, so Wainwright hasn't been pitching as well in his last couple of games either, so it would have to be a look to the Brewers or nothing. I'm choosing nothing. Athletics Rangers, Sears against Dunning. Sears, a pitcher I really like. I have high hopes for him. I think it was the wrong choice for the Yankees to trade him in the long run. Coming off a really rough game, his last game. Dunning on the other side, not a pitcher I'm going to back. So it would be a look to Oakland. I'm not pulling the trigger because I'm just not confident enough. But if I was going to get involved, it would be looking at Oakland. And then Dodgers and Diamondbacks. Boy, Davies has not had success against Arizona, against the Dodgers this year in 3 games. He's over 7 ERA. Diamondbacks have lost 6 of their last 7 games. But on the other side, Dodgers just clinched the division. There's pictures of them partying on Twitter. We don't know who's going to be in the lineup for this game, so it's ultimately question marks. I can't back the Diamondbacks in this spot. I think even if the Dodgers rest Mookie Betts and Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman, I still think the Dodgers could pull out a win in this one. Will I look at the Dodgers money line, depending on the price at game time? Very possible. But as of right now, I can't get involved. I've liked to back Davies, but I can't in this against the Dodgers. If I was going to look at anything too, it would be first 5 with Arizona. If I was going to take Arizona, I definitely want to be full game. It would be first 5. But this game is ultimately a pass for me at this moment. Tim, the rest of the baseball slate, what do you think today?
Yeah, I'm on Seattle. Like usual, run line them. I like Luis Castillo. I think he's a solid pitcher, especially against a Padres team that I still do not trust. I'm on Miami with Edward Cabrera. I just don't trust Kyle Gibson. Cabrera's been solid. He got hit up against the Dodgers and the Mets. No shame there. I'm on Baltimore. Happy Patrick Corbin Day. I think Baltimore lights him up. It is Tyler Wells to start the game. I believe it's Voth as a long reliever, which I'm a big fan of Voth. He's been absolutely solid since coming to Baltimore. I'm already on the Rays there. And then I am on Arizona. And I will probably be on every single team who clinched their division. I will be fading them the next day. That's just how it's going to go. So when the Cardinals and the Yankees and all of them clinch their divisions, I will be fading them the next day. Just celebration, and then you're going to see a bunch of them sit. Like, if we come into tonight's game and there's no Freddie Freeman, no Mookie Betts, no Turners, like, would you really be surprised? No Muncy? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a AAA lineup for the Dodgers tonight. Just because a bunch of players are probably hungover, and I think this is an ultimate flat spot for him. So Arizona, I think, wins. Grab them when they're Richie P says took Arizona while they're still plus money. Yeah, I can see this game being a pick'em by the time it gets to game time. So definitely grab Arizona while they're still plus money.
All right. A little bit of disagreement there on the last one, but it's all good. Ryan, last pitch. What do you think here?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of those. So, see, I'm on the run line for Seattle. I felt there was a disparity in pitching here with Clevenger and Castillo, and I just feel like this is going to be a 3-0 or 4-1 game. Lean to the under. These day games at T-Mobile always go under, but I'm on the run line for Seattle. I think they win this one. The other play I'm on Washington team total over 3.5. And it just seems way too low for me. The Nationals are one of the better hitting teams in the league over the last couple of weeks. They over the season they're hitting well. This just seems, and with Wells coming off the IL, both is pitching well. But I just think this is a real, and I would back one. Also, I wouldn't talk anyone off of betting the Nationals or betting the total over for this one as well. I'm also on the Mets and Cubs under 7.5. I feel like both of these teams have serviceable pitchers. Neither team hits well against left-handed pitching. The Cubs have been involved in a lot of unders, so this seemed like a good underplay for me. Let's see, two more plays. I disagree on the Dodgers. I am backing the Dodgers tonight. And my feeling was that with this guy Graves, he's looking at either pitching with Albuquerque in AAA or maybe making this Dodgers roster in the offseason. So I think the pitcher's going to be motivated to pitch well tonight. And even if they do have backups, these guys are going to be motivated. They want to be in the lineup. So I'm backing the Dodgers tonight. I think you're getting a good price at a -120 in any circumstance for the Dodgers. And then my last play is I'm on the Athletics tonight. That +140. The Rangers, I think, are really tired. They played the series against the Blue Jays over the weekend. Then they flew to Miami and had to play a makeup doubleheader in Miami. Then they flew back and they actually won the game last night. But my thought is, like, these guys are gassed. The Rangers are tired. The Athletics are hitting better. So at best, this game is a coin flip. And if you're going to give me a +140 on a coin flip, I'm going to take it. So that was a strong play for me as well.
All right. Yeah, I was looking at that Oakland game, but I don't know if I can do it. But I wish you the best of luck.
I was on Oakland yesterday. They had a 7-2 lead and they blew it. Rough.
So you can't go back to them today, I guess.
No, I cannot.
But hey, it's all good. We will go to the best bet segment, and we'll start with over/under, as we usually do. And for me, Kansas City, Minnesota, first 5, under 4. Tim is going with Kansas City, Minnesota, over 7.5, full game. Nick is going with Washington and Baltimore, over 8.5. And Ryan is going Washington team total over 3.5. So we're all kind of connected in these two games. Going on to dog of the day. For me, no dog today. There's no dog that I am currently on. Nick is going with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tim, you're going with San Francisco Giants. And Ryan, you're going with the Oakland Athletics. Going on to best bets. For me, Bo Bichette, over 1.5 bases. That should not be a plus money. Nick is going with Arizona Diamondbacks, -1.5. So going for the big +215.
I like it.
Tim, you're going with Baltimore Orioles, -1.5. And Dave is going Baltimore first 5, -0.5. And Ryan, you are going Atlanta, San Francisco, under 7.5. And that is today's best bets. We'll take a look at a couple comments here. Dodgers have a history of losing the very next game after clinching going back to 2013. All right. I haven't looked at the numbers at that. Same at Justin. And dog of the day is Rays and the Cubs. Wow, Richie, you're trying to get me and Tim going. Hey, no, just kidding. You're against us both.
Are the Rays plus money?
Right now it's.
I'm about to say I don't think they're plus money. All right, I see them at even money on one book. Yeah. So I don't know whether or not you can count that though, but Cubs, fine, whatever. I hope not.
Yeah, he says sorry to Harrington. Hey, it's all good. You gotta go. You gotta go with who you think's gonna win. We all will disagree. That's what happens. But today, about 2.5 hours at the NFL show for week 2. Make sure to tune into that. And then we'll be back tomorrow, another baseball and football show. And then back to the NHL previews with the Colorado Stanley Cup winning Avalanche tomorrow. So make sure to tune into that. Best of luck on your bets tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. Best of luck on your bets tonight, everyone. Have a good one.